program this morning to talk about. I'm Pat Lewis. I'm the store director for several states for Verizon Wireless around here. And thank you very much for joining us as we open our new store today. Also, I want to recognize a couple of the community leaders that have joined us today. So first off, Westfield City Council President Chuck Lehman. Thank you for being here, Mr. Lehman.
My pleasure.
Executive Vice President of One Zone, Dan Cannon. Thank you, Dan, for coming. Hamilton County Commissioner Christine Altman. Good morning. Domestic Violence Network Board President Daniel Herndon. I've lost Daniel. There he is. Good morning, Daniel. Jack Russell, President of Westfield Chamber of Commerce. Good morning again, Jack. Well, we're here to open up the store today. We also have a unique opportunity. At Verizon, we have what's called our Hope Line Foundation, which supports the fight against domestic violence in our local communities that we serve. And today, we have the opportunity to talk to some of the folks who are actually in the battle, making great things happen in our community, shedding a light on the horrific circumstances around domestic violence, and making our community stronger around domestic violence. So, first off, we're going to talk to folks from DVN, the Domestic Violence Network, which supports many domestic violence programs throughout central Indiana. And Domestic Violence Network has one of the programs that they've supported recently has been a program that goes into local high schools and talks about domestic violence in terms of dating and some of those relationships that happen. And we'll hear a little bit about that today. Our Hope Line program that supports some of these initiatives has given over $7 million over the course of across the country last year alone, and this has been a program that we've had for many years. Since 2001, we've collected over 12 million phones. One of the things the community can do to help is bring in a no longer used device, wireless device of any kind, into any of our Verizon stores, and we make sure that that ends up in the Hope Line program for either to recycle and use the money towards programs like this, or we actually also give away phones to folks who need them, who have been victims of domestic violence. All right, so as far as the program goes today, first we're going to hear from Commissioner Christine Altman, who's going to share her thoughts about what's going on locally in the community.
Hello, and thank you all for being here. Again, I'm Christine Altman. I'm Hamilton County Commissioner, and we're very thankful that Verizon Wireless has chosen to invest in our community, and we thank you for that, and we thank you for the innovations that obviously we'll all see, and probably most of us in the room have no idea how to operate, but but it's marketplace innovations like that make the community stronger. But more importantly, we thank them for their recognition of the issues of domestic violence and sexual assault, and their willingness to bring this to light. And more importantly, with the investment they're going to make, and they have made, to come up with solutions for the problem. Domestic violence and sexual assault, unfortunately, has remained an issue that we have chosen not to talk about and not to address for way too many years. It strikes at all levels. It's not an issue of poverty, or it's not an issue of wealth. It's not an issue of age. And we've just tolerated it for way too long. That's not going to be the case in Hamilton County anymore, because the county commissioners have set their priorities, and one of their priorities is to bring a domestic violence shelter into our community. Right now, we have shelter services, and they're very strong shelter services out of Anderson with alternatives, and they're a wonderful operator. They provide safe shelter if there's a problem. However, when you've got a family in stress and a family in need, to uproot everyone to go to Anderson and try to run your family or go back to work and do what you need to do, it is just not convenient. It's not fair to put children on school buses for over an hour going back and forth to school, and it's just not going to be a successful program. So that's one of our priorities. It's going to take the work of local governments, state governments, partners such as Verizon, partners nonprofits such as Prevail and the DVN network, and we can make this happen. So that's why we're so pleased and proud that Verizon has chosen the No More Club to make its investment. And Kelly and Maria are going to give you some sobering facts, some very sobering facts. But as you listen to those facts, please remember that of the young people affected by dating assault and violence, less than a third will tell anybody that they've had a problem. So bear that in mind when they share those numbers. It's something we can and will change, and we must change to break that cycle. So I'm pleased to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Commissioner Altman. Love the fact that that's a priority for the county. Excellent. Next, we get to hear from Maria. Maria De Leon is a student ambassador for the program that we're speaking about today, and she's going to share some thoughts as well.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Maria De Leon. I attend Crispus Attucks Medical Magnet High School, where I am a junior. I have been involved with the No More Club since January 2015, and I have been involved with the Youth Network since August 2015. The No More Club and the Youth Network are student-led groups aimed towards raising awareness about healthy relationships, and also changing the culture that leads to violence in our communities and schools. I was excited to be a part of the No More Club because I had a strong desire to make a difference at my school and community. Because I believe all people deserve to be in a safe and healthy relationship, and also I wanted to be a resource to my peers as well. After starting the No More Club at my school, we completed several engaging awareness campaigns, drawing attention to what a healthy relationship is, red flags that someone may be in an unhealthy relationship, and resources available to students in need. The campaigns were so engaging that a student stopped our club sponsor in the middle of the hallway and thanked her for all the club was doing to bring attention to healthy relationships and dating abuse. The student further explained that the activities facilitated by the No More Club empowered her to share her story of being in an unhealthy relationship, and also to reach out for help. Hearing stories like this has inspired me to work as hard as possible to create a school environment that is supportive of students facing violence or unhealthy relationships. And it has motivated me to be a powerful voice for young people who otherwise not know how to advocate for their safety and well-being. I'm incredibly proud to be involved in the No More Club. It has become one of the most popular clubs at my school, and it even has a waiting list to become a member. I'm thankful to Verizon for believing in the Domestic Violence Network and the work they do in schools, and I just want to thank everyone for having me here today.
Great, thank you. I don't think there could be a better ambassador for Crispus Attucks. Well done. Next, we're going to hear from Kelly McBride from DVN. So,
Great.
Kelly,
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Kelly McBride. I'm the Executive Director of the Domestic Violence Network. And we are absolutely thrilled to be here today. And thank you so much to Verizon Hopeline for the generous $20,000 grant that we're about to receive to help expand this awesome programming that you just heard about from Maria. 1 in 4 teens in the United States will be a victim of domestic violence in their lifetime. And 17% of Indiana girls, grades 9 through 12, have reported experiencing sexual assault or rape. That is higher than the national average of 11%. Young adults are blindly navigating relationships in their early formative years and do not know the warning signs about teen dating violence or what a healthy relationship should look like. In a 2013 study, 73% of parents who had children 18 years and younger reported that they had never had a conversation with their children about teen dating violence or healthy relationships. We know that educating our youth early on the dynamics of teen dating violence and awareness brings awareness to the issue. DVN provides healthy relationship education to youth in grades 9 through 12 throughout Central Indiana. This interactive 3-session classroom-based curriculum has been taught to over 3,500 the upcoming school year, we hope to reach over 4,000 students. But education is only one component to getting in front of this issue. The Domestic Violence Network also strives to change the culture that leads to abuse. As Maria said, in 2015, the Domestic Violence Network started the first ever No More Club. This is a student-led club based on the National No More campaign to end domestic violence and sexual assault, and it raises awareness on the issue of teen dating abuse and healthy relationships. Students raise awareness through public service announcements that are aired during lunch hours and other times, having students take a No More pledge, and they've also done several fundraising activities and donated the money to local shelters. We are so excited to expand both of these programs with Verizon's generous support. Verizon Hopeline, as they mentioned earlier, has been a great partner to domestic violence agencies throughout the entire country. $7 million? That's tremendous. We are so honored to partner with you and expand our programming, and thank you so much for allowing us to be here today.
Okay, so we will do the official check presentation here. Mary is the general manager of our new store. May have heard step up here and be a part of it as well. You want to hold it, Mary? Maria joined. We got to go, Laura. Okay, now we will move on. Thank you to all of you. It's fantastic to be a partner.